I'm just going to put it all out there because, you know, why not? I'm not embarrassed to exploit myself on social media. Somebody mentioned to me, don't fall into the pit of self-pity. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because if you know me, I mean, really know me, you'll know that I have thrown a pity party for myself a time or two, and maybe more. But I try not to do that anymore because I'm like, okay, like you have literally nothing to really complain about. My friend, she went on to say, it was this book. It was in that Jesus is Calling book, which is really cool. And it said, don't fall into a pit of self-pity. And the best way to not feel that way and to not pity yourself, because when you do that, you're not living a good, fulfilling life when you do that. And I know because I've done that. And the best way to get yourself out of that is to say thank you. Say thank you, you know, for everything that you have. Even the most simplest of things. Like if you have running water, if you've ever been without running water, you'll know that it's pretty amazing. And those are things that we take for granted all the time, every day. And lately I've been really trying to just say thank you for everything, for my family, for the sun, like waking me up in the morning, even when it's really bright, for a good cup of coffee, for a haircut, just everything that I can think of. And throughout the day, I try to say to God, I'm like, hey, like, come here, like, please cling to me because I really need you. And especially over these last few days because they were really rough. And it wasn't like, oh, like I made it rough. It was like, it was generally rough. Like there was some things that were unforeseen that nobody could have planned for. But such is life. You know, you gotta take the good with the bad and take a deep breath and try again. So where am I going with this? So I felt the need to make this video and to just share with people. Life is hard. Work is hard. Sometimes I feel like I'm working my butt off and I don't really get a thank you. Which is fine, you know, because I have to always remind myself, you're not doing this for people. I mean, really, truly, when I do things, I love people and I love making people happy, but God has the final say. He's the person that I answer to, and I've been trying to say this prayer more often. I say, God, help me be your humble servant. Help me serve you. And that's why I started doing hair and makeup, is because I love helping people. I love, as much as I love hair and makeup, what I'm most passionate about is people. And I feel like God uses you. My dad told me something. He said, God gives everyone gifts. And it's your job to use all of them. Don't let any of them go to waste. And then he went on to say to me, and whatever makes you the most money, stick with it. So, I mean, that's just his perspective on it. He's a businessman. And I really admire him and respect him. But that's something that I've really been trying to learn and understand. And it's really helped me out so much, especially yesterday when I felt like it was going to be a really hard day. When I took things off of myself, and I wasn't thinking, oh, how am I going to pay for my car insurance? Or how am I going to do this? Or, oh, I'm so upset. Like when okay, so I had this moment where I was like, God, help me be a blessing in someone else's life today. Help me give them what they need. And when I started doing that, it was like, wow, like everything was better. I felt better. And I really believe that when you do that, it matters. And sometimes people are kind of mean. They're kind of nasty. That you do some really great things for them, get a thank you, and they don't really care, or they don't even know you did it. And guess what? That's why God is the person that you're doing things for. Okay? A really good close friend of mine, her mom said something. She says, my job can either be a mental breakdown or it can be euphoria. And I'm like, whoa, 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 that's so powerful, because it's so true. Your job, your life, your relationship, everything, it can either be something that causes a mental breakdown or gives you this euphoria. And you have to work at it. You have to work to be happy. You have to decide, okay, I'm going to make the best out of this day. I'm going to make the best out of my life, and I'm going to make the best out of myself. You have to decide that. And you don't get that by saying, woe is me, I suck, rah, rah, rah. Because guess what? Have I done that? Yeah. I'm like, God, you're so annoying. You talk so much. You're so loud. But that's just the way that God made me. And it's unfortunate for some people who have to listen to it that don't like it. But that just is what it is. Just say that when I say that prayer, like, God, like, help me be a blessing in somebody else's life. Help me give them what they need. When I say that, I'm not trying to be like some angel on earth. I'm not trying to act like I'm perfect. What I'm doing is I always complete that prayer and I say, God, let them know that it's from you. That I'm just the messenger. I'm just the spokesperson. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. Like, I love swearing. Like, I swear like a sailor sometimes. And it feels good. And I'm really trying not to do it so much. But I feel like God has me think all these spiritual thoughts. And he's like, well, what the heck? Like, you have all these things. Why aren't you sharing them with people? Because I feel like sometimes people need to hear them. And other times people are like, whoa, what are you, some Bible thumper? So that's the thing. Like, I'm just trying to be raw and genuine. And I'm not trying to look for sympathy. I'm not trying to throw a pity party or act like, I found Jesus. He saved my life. And it's nothing but rainbows and sunshine. Because it's not. You know, it's not like this magic thing where you found God and all of a sudden nothing bad happens. Girl, guy, it don't work that way. I wrote this all down because I didn't want to forget anything. But sometimes I work my butt off and it feels like there's no payoff. And I know hard work always reaps real rewards. Okay? And you know what happens when you don't quit? Everything. Find your gifts and use them. Don't give up on yourself. I truly believe that God never puts anything in our hearts that isn't meant for us. And I'm not saying like, you think like, oh, that guy's really hot, I think I should date him. No. I'm saying he doesn't make you wake up in the morning and be like, oh, this is what I want it so bad. Please help me get it. You gotta trust in God and you gotta trust in yourself and know that you have everything you need. It's right there. All you gotta do is tap into it. But you gotta put in the work. You can't be manifesting and having all these visions and be like, yeah, I have everything, if you don't show up and suit up and do the work, because that's what you need to do. And if you're struggling with your calling, what you need to do is you need to ask. If you're struggling with something, you need to ask. Ask somebody. They're going to give something to you. You're going to get that saving grace that you need. I pray that you find that. You can have a job and you can make a living, but you need to find your calling. And you need to find a way to make that your living. And I pray that everyone who's watching this, who needs to watch this and needs to hear that, finds that. So, in Jesus' name, amen. I hope I don't turn people off because I'm sure they're gonna be like, wow, I didn't even know she was like religious. I saw her dirty dancing the other night on Snapchat. This isn't weird. Thank you so much for watching. I love you.